Hello everyone and welcome back to Veteran Gaming. I am Aaron and today we're going to talk about Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Just a little reminder, help me out. Go ahead and press that subscribe button. It's just a click for you, but it's potentially life-changing for me. And if you enjoy the content, go ahead and give it a thumbs up as well. Alright guys, and with that we'll get into it. Now it has been a long day. It was a long day at work. It's 100 degrees outside for no reason whatsoever.
Our pets' heads are falling off!
But now we're in the air conditioning, we're talking about Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, so here we go. And before we really get started, guys, I want to remind you that overall, you're playing free-to-play, okay? Your account isn't about how much success you've had in Grand Arena or how much success you've had in Conquest. It's all about how much fun you've had. So if you're getting stressed out, you're not having fun playing this game anymore, maybe it's time to take a break or just step away entirely, okay? With that, we're going to go ahead and take a look at my accounts. Okay, I'll fill you in a little bit here. I've been free to play on 2 accounts for several years. I've never spent a dime on either of these accounts. This is my main account. I'm sitting at basically 4.5 million GP. I have Sith Eternal Emperor. I'm currently working on my Jedi Master Kenobi here. I think I'm about halfway there. I got some decent ships. I have both Kenobi and Grievous's fleet maxed out, ready to go. So we're currently working on that. And on my secondary account, by the way, my first account here was actually created before Galactic Legends were a thing. So a lot of my account characters, I was gearing teams such as Sith, Empire, and Gas, and Rebels, before the Galactic Legends really came around, so that's a little bit different than the second account, which I started right about the time Galactic Legends were introduced, and this is a pure Galactic Legend account, okay? I have Supreme Leader Kylo, I have Sith Eternal, even though I'm only at 3.5, and I'm currently farming towards Rey, so this is very, very, very Galactic Legend oriented, and I don't have a heck of a lot of resources into anything else. So that being said, I'm going to try not to rant at you guys too much, but I just did a general outline for this video because I don't want to get into too many specifics. I just want to give you some general ideas that have worked for me throughout the years, and hopefully they work for you guys too. And so here's my 2 cents on farming, okay? You want to stay focused, but focused within reason. So I currently have 2 favorites up here that I'm farming gear for, and that's because I'm in my Galactic Legend track right now, okay? So once I have these guys up to relics, I'm going to want to start looking ahead to the future. I typically either farm characters or farm gear for about 2 or 3 people. We'll pull up the other account here because it is a little bit different. So I'm currently farming shards of Rose Tico and Resistance Hero Finn, but I'm also farming gear for Resistance Hero Poe and Resistance Trooper, okay? This is about the most I would want to farm for at one particular time. Unless, say, you only have fleet farms for Resistance Hero Poe and Resistance Trooper, okay? You still want to spend that light side and dark side energy somewhere, so then you might have to pull up another character, but just try to keep them in the same track if possible. As far as ships go, 3 or 4, and same thing. You wanna make sure they're in the track if possible, but farm ships. Not only have we already beat the dead horse on crystals for your squad arena, but it's going to help you out with some holds in Grand Arena, but also these are still 1 shard per on the farm, so it's going to take you twice as long as it will on the characters. So I would say farm 3 or 4 ships, 3 or 4 characters and gear, and that's about the most you want to farm and really focus on at one time. Otherwise your gear's just getting too spread out and you're not really pushing where you want to push. I want to talk about maximizing your rewards, okay? You want to make sure that you're being active, okay? That means making sure you get your dailies in. Make sure you're participating in guild events like raids and territory wars and territory battles. You want to, even if it's autoing, okay? Make sure you're getting your arenas in. Especially now, as you're looking at your arenas, squad arenas don't matter nearly as much because crystals are no longer tied to them. But fleet ranking is tied to crystals, as you can see here on the screen, okay? So you're going to want to make sure you're actually getting your fleet battles in every day and trying to push content there. Another good clue is to find a active guild, and it doesn't necessarily have to be the best guild in the world. You don't have to be at the bottom getting carried. What you want to do is find a guild with active officers that have goals set, that are actively pushing to get better. Because even if you're not in a guild that's doing Darkside GOTB to get Watt right now, if they're setting goals and progressing, maybe stick with that guild. Maybe it's going to be a world beater one day and you're going to sit back and reap all the benefits. I have a couple of videos up on mods right now, so I'm not going to beat those up too much. But you got to stay on top of your mods, okay? These things are complete game changers. They change how teams operate, and they change the efficiency of teams. So you need to make sure you're staying on top of your mods, especially on the teams that you utilize a lot. Make sure they're getting your best mods, and then some of your worst ones can filter through, okay? Make sure you have your specific method set up. If you only take mods that have 15 or more speed on a secondary up to 6 dot like I do, then try to stick to that as much as you can, okay? Make sure you have your method, stick to it. We also want to make sure we're focusing on our crystal activities, okay? Like I said, Squad Arena, it really isn't a focus anymore because it's not tied to crystals anymore. Your fleet arena here, you're going to want to make sure you're putting the time into farming your fleets, because you can actually still get crystals from fleet arena. And staying in this 21 to 50 range, both of my accounts stay in there pretty easily. My main account can get under 20 most of the time if I really focus on it. And my secondary account, if I can push the right button here, my secondary account can also stay under 50 pretty easily here. I run Grievous on my secondary account, and I run Kenobi on my main account. So make sure you're focusing on your crystals. Also, unlock your legendary characters, even if you're not planning on building them, okay? Each of these will give gear, or excuse me, not gear, but crystals for each event that you complete. And that can help you out. Like I said, even if you're not, I think it's like 50 crystals per. So even if you're not planning on putting gear into Jedi Training Ray right now, get those crystals. You can help farm with other things. All right. So spending crystals. Refreshes, refreshes, refreshes. Guys, please do not buy these packs with your crystals. You are not going to get the most bang for your buck there. Part of being free to play is really staying patient. So when you're farming, get out of mods here, when you are trying to farm gear for your characters, try not to buy the gear, because, for example, when I am farming these pieces right here, I'm getting lots of other stuff, okay? So maybe I don't need this particular piece, but maybe it can be broken down, or it can be combined into another piece that you can then use in the scavenger, okay? You're getting some reinforcement materials for your fleet. You're getting a lot of extra bonuses here that you won't get for them just if you come over here and spend the crystals. So you're not getting all the side benefits. You're probably getting robbed in general, because the rates for crystals for straight up gear are very rough. So, you know, I'm not going to say I've never spent crystals for gear, especially when you're real close to getting that galactic legend. Maybe you do it, but it's not a good idea. Crystals go towards refreshes. And just as a general guideline, this is too many crystals for me. I try to keep my crystals at 2,500 crystals, in that ballpark. That way, if something comes up like a double reward bonus for, you know, your light side battles or your dark side battles, I have enough crystals to burn extra during those times. But I don't want to, you know, have 10,000 really stockpiled. That's not helping me. But I also don't want to keep 100 or 200 that if that double bonus comes up, I don't have crystals to utilize it. We have another conquest coming up. I might try to do some streaming or show up some videos with conquest, just to show what my particular teams can do, just to give you some different ideas. Since a lot of the players out there that YouTube are whales, right? They have massive accounts with all of the characters, so it doesn't necessarily help me to watch them because I don't have all of those characters. So I think both of my accounts are pretty middle of the road, and both of my accounts are also pretty different from each other than Sith Eternal. So you can see some other characters out there, some other accounts. So maybe I'll get that up and running here in the next couple of days. That way you guys have something else to see what works and what doesn't work. And speaking of some of the other YouTubers out there that run the big accounts, utilize resources out there if you guys get stuck, okay? So right here on the screen, I have swgoh.gg, okay? If I just Google Vet Aaron, SWGOH, the first thing that comes up is this swgohgg, and this tells me everything. So I can click on the character. It's going to give my exact mods at the time. It's going to give galactic power breakdown. It's going to say everything about my account. Let's see, here we go. So my profile, okay. I've been in Kyber in Grand Arena, and it's going to give my player skill rating. Thank you 3v3 for tanking that. It's going to give you your highest ranks for both Fleet Arena and Squad Arena. It's going to give you all this information, and you can Google any other player on that too. So specifically, if you say you run into me randomly, okay, and my gas team just crushes yours in a mirror match, and you want to know exactly what I did, then Google me, pull up the SWGOH resource, check out my gas, and look at the mods, and okay, maybe the mods are the issue, or maybe it's ARC Troopers mods, okay? It's just going to give you another resource, and you can do this for anybody. Say you saw, a YouTuber like AP Gains, and you saw what he did with a specific team. Google his account, check his characters out, and try to figure out what he did, okay? This is just another resource you can use. The same as Grand Arena Science. This one's kind of interesting. You can actually go here, say it's a 5v5 Grand Arena. You can plug in exactly their lineup. So let's just say it's CLS, okay? So then, okay, pretty much everybody runs Han, pretty much everybody runs Chewie, but you don't know what the rest are going to do, okay? It is going to show you a counter, and it's going to tell you right down here how difficult it was. And then it's even going to give you a video link so that you can watch the battle. So these are all easy up here. Here's some normal difficulty ones. Come down here, you have some complex counters, okay? So if you're really getting stuck or you don't know how to begin a Grand Arena, this is a good resource to use to see if somebody else has already done it with a team you might have, okay? And then obviously you got your big names for YouTube across the board that you can check out their videos, and hey, maybe even check out one of my videos, see if it can help you. One other thing we don't have to worry about anymore is GP bloat, so it doesn't matter what your galactic power is, since Grand Arena is on skill rating, allegedly. Now, it doesn't matter what your galactic power is. This account is normally matched up against 5 and 6 million GP accounts, just because I know what I'm doing for the most part, and I have 2 Galactic Legends, okay? So your roster, your GP doesn't matter, especially if you're getting close to that 4 million, because that 4 million GP, then you're going to get into the hard mode of Conquest, which is not only going to help you get better rewards, but now with Datacrons being released, the hard level of difficulty in Conquest will get you better Datacron. So it's going to be even more important. So if you're at that 3.7, 3.8, do whatever you can. Push to get over 4. If you've got ships that are laying around that you haven't upgraded yet, throw the mats in if you have there. Just get to the 4 million so you can go into the hard Conquest. Because I think even if you get the 3rd crate level in hard mode of Conquest, you're already better than if you maxed normal difficulty. So try to get up to 4 million if you can, if it's within reason. So I hope this hasn't been too much of a rant for you guys. Like I said, it's been a long day, but I wanted to give you guys a general idea of how I run my accounts and some guidelines that I like to follow that have brought me a decent amount of success. So if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to leave them down in the comment section. Other than that, make sure you hit the subscribe for me if you can. Click the thumbs up if you like it, and you guys have an awesome night.